So I'm here at a local shop trying to help them with this 2012 Chevy Orlando that they've done timing chains on, and it apparently is consistently setting this P0013 camshaft position actuator solenoid valve control circuit code. That to me sounds like an electrical fault. So I've done a network scan on this thing, and that's basically the only code that comes up that I can see. It's just that one. So we're going to have a look at some cases on this and see if there's anything common. So that P0013 code sets when the commanded state of the solenoid that controls the variable valve timing does not appear to match the actual state measured by the ECM. So it's likely a wiring issue. Apparently the solenoid's been swapped with a couple of other used ones. So we'll have to have a closer look at the exhaust cam solenoid. So I cleared the code and ran it for 10 minutes, and the MIL did not illuminate again. I went into the cam actuator test and cam solenoid and exhaust cam solenoid, and it says a key on engine off test, which I have, and I attempted to command it on and off. There's the cam angle, and there's the cam solenoid, and there's on and off. And last time the test aborted, just like it just did now. So we'll go back in and see if it set an active fault code. Let's see if it set an active fault code. Codes menu, display. So it's returned. So we're going to have a look at this solenoid and check the circuits to it. These two wires from the exhaust cam solenoid, which are gray and yellow and gray and light blue. They go to connector X3. And working with limited tools here is very frustrating. I don't have any back probe pins or proper thermal. So X3 is the top connector on this computer. Somebody's had the bottom two connectors apart, and X3 is the top one. So nevertheless. So then I come back, the continuity check good. So I come back and I measure across these two wires going into that cam solenoid, which they say they changed. And I got 910 ohms, which to me would be too high. I would expect 20 to 30 ohms. Let's try the other one. So there's the resistance of the intake cam solenoid at 16.4 ohms. So the exhaust cam solenoid is too high a resistance. And they have another used one here, and I measured it, and it's too high as well. So put used parts in, you end up putting another problem in sometimes. Here's the used one that they had temporarily installed or taken out or whatever. And it's over 2K, over 20K, and it's 35,000 ohms. So 17, 20, 35,000. So that used one is no good. The one that's in there is no good, and the wiring check's all right. So I found the component spec under testing. Interesting, in this troubleshooting chart, if you follow it to the letter, it would have you test the wiring harness between the ECM and the cam actuator solenoids before it actually tells you to measure the resistance of the solenoids or check the solenoids. Spec is 8 to 13 ohms. At least that's what I see anyways.